Going down along a ridge on the Reventino Massif over an area of 14 square kilometers lies the small town of Miglierina. Caressed by the waters of the Amato River, Miglierina sits at a height of around 560 meters above sea level, almost halfway between the 150 meters of the Amato Valley and 1,039 meters of the summit of Mount Portella. Miglierina has been graced by nature with a breathtaking location that, looking east and west in the same moment, offers spectacular views of the waters of both the Ionian and Tyrrhenian Sea, or to the crests of Mount Tiriolo. All this in a rich variety of vegetation that changes with the altitude, as, going up, olives and oaks populate the hills, thinning out to leave room for the beech and Austrian oak forests of Mount Portella. Together with this natural patrimony, Miglierina combines the heritage of its past. Who are the Miglierinese masters? Visitors wonder as they come across a street with the same name. They are the master craftsmen who have made their mark in construction, decoration, and works of art that enrich the streets of Miglierina with dignified simplicity. The Barbari, as these masters were also called, lent their expertise to create paintings, stuccos, and decorations, often religiously inspired. Their works of art can be admired in the two churches of Miglierina. The signs of history in this small town can be picked up walking through its streets. Strolling along the road of the Barbari via Mastri Miglierinesi, you reach a square with the mother church dedicated to Santa Lucia in a dominant position over the town, and the true centre towards which the other roads converge. The church is surrounded by family palazzi of ancient origin. An interesting feature of these buildings was the owner's desire to preserve historical elements in the best possible way, according to local tradition. The old mill with its enormous stone for pressing olives is a fine example of this at Palazzo Arcuri. It is not the only element of respect for local history, which may have been characterized by poverty, but also made of decent and hard work, which is imprinted in the remains of this age-old rural civilization. The ancient watermills close to the Amato River are testament. In the lower part of the town is the church dedicated to Santa Maria del Principio, better known as the Madonna of the Rosary, whose origins date back to the early 17th century. Whereas the upper part of the town is home to the Quadarone quarter, with ruins of a casale with its ancient houses and dwellings. It is these historic abodes that have found renewed life. The town council has invested in the historical and architectural patrimony of Miglierina to boost quality tourism, strongly oriented towards contact with nature. Through the recovery and reuse of heritage buildings in the old town that were no longer lived in, after careful redevelopment, the site is now at the disposal of visitors. Guests can now come into contact with traditional artisan crafts, such as the fascinating world of weaving, thanks to the recovery of ancient looms. Or the archaic water mills, one of which has returned to its original function and will be used for educational workshops. visitors can taste the simple but rich specialities of the area, sampling traditional homemade pasta, perhaps learning how to make it, accompanying the local women as they prepare the delicacies with typical and genuine ingredients. In a rural setting, in accordance with local traditions, the diffused hotel project has been launched, with Miglierina as part of the network of authentic boroughs in Italy. The accommodation has 46 beds, spread over 11 buildings in the historic town centre, with all relative hospitality services and facilities to satisfy the tourists of today. This new style meets current forms of leisure and relaxation, appreciated by holidaymakers who are sensitive to ecological tourism, curious to discover rural and rustic flavours made up of small but age-old traditions, while at the same time enjoying the comforts of a relaxing holiday. All that is nature surrounding Miglierina, from views of the sea or higher up in the freshness of its woods, has contained the area's charms for centuries. Our land is made of people, unspoiled places and valleys that shine in the sunlight. A slow style of life that flows in a rural history with timeless traditions. From the Amato River, climbing up through countryside with ancient and eternal scents, to the woods of Mount Portella, every stone, every view, every path and building makes a lasting impression. An authentic journey in Calabria towards yourself to accompany you anywhere you go. Because Miglierina is a piece of you.